Sonnet 5 spent 4 minutes rewriting a function that already worked. Twice. I never asked it to double check anything. It just decided the first version wasn't good enough and quietly redid the whole thing while I watched the spinner. That's the kind of thing you only notice once you actually live with a model day to day, not from a benchmark chart. And it's why the real question isn't whether Sonnet 5 is better. It's whether better, for you specifically, is worth what it now costs to find out. Quick recap. Because I already went deep on this in the other video on this channel, Sonnet 5 shipped as Anthropic's most agentic sonnet yet. It's the default now on Free and Pro, and 4.6 is still sitting right there, unretired. Same context window, same max output, and pricing that lands right back where 4.6 already was, $3 in, 15 out, once the intro rate expires. What that pitch leaves out is the tokenizer. It counts more tokens for the same input, so the meter runs faster, even at an identical rate. One outside test even found it noticeably more verbose than a comparable GPT 5.5 response on the same task. And heavy users, comparing real workloads, report noticeably higher total token consumption on Sonnet 5 versus 4.6 for equivalent work, not just from the tokenizer, but from the extra reasoning stacked on top of it. The coding benchmarks did genuinely jump though. Terminal bench alone went from 67% to over 80%, the biggest generation-over-generation gain Anthropic has ever posted for a Sonnet model. If you want the full pricing math and the benchmark breakdown, that's the other video, I'll link it below. Here, I want to talk about what none of that tells you, what actually changes once you live with it day to day, starting with cost. Because to me, this has never felt cost neutral against 4.6. Day to day, it feels closer to what Opus costs me, just slightly less. The benchmarks genuinely improved, cost gripes aside, which makes it odd that so many everyday users came away thinking Sonnet 5 got worse, not better. Reviewer consensus broadly frames Sonnet 5 as closing in on Opus 4.8 while costing a lot less. ZB Moshewitz, who reviews these models obsessively on Less Wrong, doesn't buy that framing. He ran Sonnet 5 through hard reasoning benchmarks and came away unimpressed. On tough math competition problems, it landed well behind both Opus 4.8 and Anthropic's own top-tier model. His verdict was blunt. Treat Sonnet 5 as a fast, cheap tool for easy tasks, not a general upgrade. The publication. Everyone went further in their own hands-on review, calling it, in their words, not faster, not cheaper, just worse, for their workflow specifically. Reported symptoms describe it. Getting stuck in loops it can't reason its way out of, and skipping a clarifying question it should have asked, before shipping something confidently wrong. I haven't hit anything that severe myself, but I recognize a milder version of it. Sonnet 5 is noticeably more eager to spin up a subagent, kick off a whole workflow, or start looping on a task. I never asked it to expand into any of that. That 4-minute rewrite from the start of this video is the same instinct, just aimed at a single function instead of a whole pipeline. Because the complaints don't stop at code quality. There's been a steady stream of reports of Sonnet 5 refusing straightforward requests, arguing with users, or suddenly losing the thread of a conversation after just a couple of exchanges. One widely shared example has it accusing someone of assisting fraud for asking it to reconcile accounting invoices. I'll say upfront, nothing that dramatic has happened to me. No accusations, no arguments, no dropped threads, but I share the general sentiment. The likely explanation for the sharper edges is overcorrection. Anthropic tuned hard against sycophancy, the tendency to just agree with everything you say. Some of that tuning seems to have landed as reflexive pushback instead of genuine judgment. Not everyone read it that way, to be fair. One review even framed Sonnet 5 as fixing a list of long-standing Claude complaints, calling it a clear improvement, not new friction. Reviewer experience here is genuinely split. Anthropic's own materials add an odd footnote too. The training run was flagged as unhealthy in its second half. There's no real elaboration on what that means or how much it explains, but it's a strange thing for a company to volunteer about its own flagship model. A handful of users have described the new default personality as flatter, more anxious when under pressure, less warm than 4.6. This is a relatively small sample, so take it as color, not data. But between the loops, the sub-agent sprawl, and now this, it's not just casual users noticing something's off. There's a security angle too, and it cuts both ways depending on who you ask. Power users doing security research say, Sonnet 5 refuses more edge case requests than 4.6 did, and they experience that as the model getting dumbed down. Anthropic would tell you, that's just the guardrails working. Their own system card mostly backs that up. With default safeguards on, Sonnet 5 scored 0% building a working exploit against a real Firefox vulnerability, tested alongside Mozilla. Even with those safeguards stripped away to measure raw capability, it still couldn't produce a working exploit. It did get better at finding vulnerabilities in fuzzing tests. It got measurably worse at reproducing known ones, dropping to around 53% success from 4.6's 65. So is that a safety win or a capability loss? Depends entirely on which side of the guardrail you're standing on. Not long after, Anthropic also quietly swapped out one of its own benchmark charts for a more flattering version, after people noticed the original made Sonnet 5 look worse against Opus. Only one source has documented that swap, so hold it loosely, but it's not exactly a confidence builder, which is exactly why the smart move isn't picking a side at all. The smart move is routing. Teams running AI agents at real scale mostly stopped asking which model is best a while ago. Simple, high-volume tasks go to a cheap, fast model. The hard, judgment-heavy steps go to the expensive one. Done well, that kind of routing can cut costs dramatically compared to running everything on your priciest model. One comparison I found even pairs Quad's heaviest model, Fable 5, as the planner, with Sonnet 5 doing the structured execution underneath it. Extraction, formatting, summarizing. The stuff that doesn't need genius, just consistency. That's the actual skill here, not picking a winner. Matching the model to the task, which is also exactly why some reviewers are telling teams already deep in agentic coding workflows to go ahead and upgrade. For that specific workload, the benchmark gains are real enough to be worth the tokenizer tax. For everyone else, the math looks different. Here's where I land. The industry actually has a name for what's happening here. People call it model upgrade fatigue. Every release gets announced like a breakthrough, and developers have slowly learned that a better benchmark chart doesn't always mean a better stretch of actual work. Each new model is a migration, not a free upgrade. You have to retest your prompts, recheck your costs, relearn its quirks. So before you switch anything, ask 3 questions. Does the benchmark gain apply to what you actually do, or just to the categories? Anthropic tested. Have you measured your own token cost on your own workload, not the headline rate? And can you live with a model that occasionally decides it knows better than you and starts a workflow you never asked for? For most people, right now, the answer to at least one of those is no, which is why I'm staying on 4.6. Not because Sonnet 5 is bad, because for what I do, it isn't yet worth what it costs to find out. If you want that same 3-question breakdown the next time a new model drops, instead of another highlight reel, subscribe. That's the one thing this channel actually does differently.